Welcome back, everyone. This is Toe to Toe Boxing Talk with your man James, of course, and let's get right into it. Man, there's not enough superlatives and words I can use right now to describe what Terence "Bud" Crawford did Saturday night. Amazing, amazing performance by arguably one of the greatest fighters to have ever lived and one of the greatest fighters of this era. Terence "Bud" Crawford put on a masterful performance. And this is going to go down as one of the best performances we've ever witnessed. To come up 2 weight classes. And that was the only thing. That was that gave me a cause to pause. Because it's never been done before. To come up 2 weight classes from 154 to 168 and dominate the main guy in that division the way he did was nothing short of remarkable. He basically, executed a game plan that I said going in was going to be instrumental in him winning the fight. He used his jab. He used his feints, his footwork to throw Canelo off rhythm and get him out of position. And he didn't give Canelo that time, that framework. He didn't stay in the pocket for too long. He would throw his combinations. Yeah, he stood his ground at times, but he would get out the way. And I think what really sent the message was the first 5 seconds. The first 5 seconds of the fight. It was eerily similar to the first 5 seconds of the Floyd Mayweather and Canelo fight 12 years ago, when the bell rang and Mayweather rushed Canelo, stood his ground immediately. And that's what Bud Crawford did. As soon as he came out, as soon as the bell rang, he rushed out his corner and stood his ground immediately. He sent a message right then and there, like, look, bro, I'm going to be here all night. And you're not going to stop me. You're not going to discourage me from standing my ground. This is going to be the Bud Crawford show. It was a beautiful thing to watch. And Crawford just made it look easy. And not only that, he took Canelo's punches. I didn't think he was going to be able to take Canelo's punches with ease. It was incredible. He took Canelo's punches, and also he was stunning Canelo with his own punches. Canelo wasn't going there reckless. He wasn't trying to, get hit with those shots. He was proceeding with caution majority of the night. Crawford just, man, it was a great night for boxing. Crawford definitely proved himself to be one of the best fighters of this era. This is his 3rd division that he's been undisputed at. The first male boxer ever to become undisputed in 3 weight classes. He's in elite company when it comes to being a champion in 5 different weight classes. He's up there with Tommy the Hitman Hearns, Sugar Ray Leonard, Manny Pacquiao, Oscar De La Hoya, and Floyd Mayweather. And speaking of Floyd Mayweather, after this win, I was having this discussion on Saturday night. If Crawford beats Canelo, where does this put him historically, amongst the greats? And I think historically it ranks him above Floyd Mayweather. I think he's a better fighter than Floyd Mayweather. I think what he's achieved in the sport of boxing has been greater than Floyd Mayweather. And not to take anything away from Floyd, because Floyd, was a great fighter himself. But my only gripe with Floyd is that he never pushed himself to be greater. He played the game right. He played the game right. The take the least amount of risk for the most reward. And I get that and I respect that. But when it comes to legacy and where do you rank a fighter, I have to rank Bud Crawford above Floyd Mayweather. And let's compare performances against Canelo. I think when Mayweather fought Canelo, Canelo was young, 23 years old. He had 43 fights. Granted, he had 43 fights. He was 42-0 and had one draw. But this was Canelo's first time. At that time, it was his first time being at that level. And on top of that, he fought Canelo at a catchweight. So Canelo was the champion at 154, and he made Canelo come down to 152, which those 2 pounds did a lot. Those 2 pounds paid dividends because in the weigh-in the day before that fight, Canelo looked like a skeleton. He looked weight drained. He looked so dry. He looked almost sickly in the weigh-in. And Mayweather just took advantage of it. Mayweather was the favorite going into that fight. I mean, I think everyone unanimously knew that Mayweather was going to win that fight. Now, compare that to Crawford's performance against Canelo. Crawford had to go up 2 weight classes, 154 to 168, to face Canelo at a weight class that he's never lost at. To face Canelo at a weight class where he's 2-time undisputed at. And there was no rehydration clause. Which means that Canelo can go up after the weigh-in. There was no limitation to how much weight he can weigh after the weigh-in. And to do that, right? And to dominate Canelo at that weight class, I think that's more impressive than what Mayweather did against Canelo. And not to criticize Mayweather, it is what it is, man. Like, I just feel like, me personally, I just feel like Crawford has more of an impressive resume than Floyd Mayweather. If we take into account accolades, he's done something that Floyd never did, and that's undisputed. And he's done that 3 times. And he jumped up 2 weight classes to beat Canelo Alvarez, and did it with ease. It was not an issue whatsoever. And that's why historically Crawford is above Mayweather for me. Now, Canelo Alvarez, I think Canelo's legacy took a major hit Saturday night. Because, one, naturally he's the bigger man. And you allowed the smaller man coming up 2 weight classes to dominate you in a fashion that was embarrassing, to say the least. Because, one, you didn't impose your size. You didn't impose your will. 2, didn't use a jab. And I said that going into this fight, that the jab will be the most important weapon for Canelo Alvarez to win against Bud Crawford. Didn't use it. It was non-existent. 3, you didn't cut off the ring. And 4, it looked like you gave up. It looked like, body language wise, it looked like you didn't want to be there. I think Canelo, albeit him being one of the greatest money makers in boxing history, one of the best Mexican fighters of all time. I don't have him top 5. He's maybe in the top 10. I just think he's one of the most overrated fighters ever. And if you look at his resume, who did he beat in their prime? Yeah, he has names, but when did he face those names? Cotto was too old. Shane Mosley was too old. He fought an old Mayweather and got schooled. He fought Amir Khan but made Amir Khan come up 2 weight classes to fight him. He fought Triple G when he was 35, 36 years old, and Triple G gave him tough fights. And you can make the argument that Triple G won the first fight. Come on, he fought Daniel Jacobs, but there was a rehydration clause there. Like, come on, you fought Berlanga, who's not world class whatsoever. You fought Jamel Charlo, made him come up 2 weight classes. You fought Munguia, who got knocked out by a guy with no power after you fought him. Like, who did you beat? Like, William Skull, to me, beat you, in May. Like, who did you beat? You really lost to Lara. You lost to Bivol. That was a cherry pick going wrong. You thought that, you can beat Bivol. That didn't happen. And you've ducked your mandatory for 4 years, which was David Benavidez. You ducked your mandatory for 4 years. See, boxing has pampered Canelo Alvarez because he's the moneymaker. The WBC has pampered Canelo Alvarez because he's the moneymaker. It is what it is. That's just my opinion on Canelo Alvarez. I just think he's overrated. He's not all that. Good fighter, very great fighter and all that. But the elite of the elite, he's not that. He's never been pound for pound number 1 for me. He's not even in my top 10 pound for pound. That's just how I feel. And this really, it takes a hit. He takes a hit big time on his legacy. Now we have to question. My man was accused of taking steroids against Triple G. You have that under your name. He was accused of taking steroids and claimed that it was bad meat that you ate from Mexico. Like, come on, man. And you lost against Crawford, and then after the post-fight interview, you're like, it's okay. Like, it's like you didn't care whatsoever. Like, there was no sense of urgency, none of that. I don't know. I say that respectfully. I respect everything that Canelo has accomplished and brought to the sport of boxing, but I just can't. This things like that just, as a fan, I just stay away from, man. I just can't put him up there, man. I'm sorry, I can't. But Crawford was the man of the night. Crawford accomplished everything he set out to accomplish. And Crawford is one of the best fighters of this era. Period. He's in the Mount Rushmore of this era. And if he goes down to 160, he'll dominate that division as well. He'll be undisputed in that division easy as well. What more can you say? But shout out to Bud Crawford. What a tremendous event Saturday night was. It was great. Sold out. Allegiant Stadium was sold out. And brought a lot of viewers to the sport of boxing, which is ultimately a good thing. But you guys let me know what you think. If you like what you saw, please subscribe, like, and comment. Until next time, this is Toe to Toe Boxing Talk with your man James, signing out.